Grammy-winning Christian band For King and Country has launched their fall Priceless tour. Their single by the same name has reached #1 on both Billboard and Christian charts. Now they've produced and starred in a powerful new film inspired by true events, and it's called Priceless. We're joined now by the brothers who are King and Country, Joel and Luke Smallbone. Thank you both for being here.
Ephraim, it feels like this is a
deja vu moment.
Yeah, a weekly occurrence.
You got it.
We like it. Good to be with you.
Let's keep it going. Now, you guys have long championed the Priceless movement. Tell us about the movement and why it's been so important to you.
Yeah. Well, you got to kind of go back to the beginning of the band. So, For King and Country formed about 5 years ago, and around that time, Luke had actually just gotten married. I had met my now wife at his wedding. It was a setup. She was brought actually for us to meet, and here we are. But this idea of love and commitment, relationships was very keen on our minds during that time. And so one of the things we started sharing about was, simply said, charging us as men to be chivalrous in how we love and celebrating a woman's worth. And it was met, Ephraim, with this kind of exciting but alarming response, almost like our generation was starving for this affirmation. And so we went to our brother Ben, about 2.5 years ago, who's a filmmaker, and we said, man, we really feel like there's a message that needs to be shared, a story that needs to be told. And so literally from that moment, from inception of the story to acting in the film, Luke producing it, and now to releasing it theatrically on October 14th nationwide, we've been in every part of the process, and it's been exciting and preposterous, and we are ready. We're ready.
So how did you find the James Stevens story? We know this is inspired by true events. What made you want to make it a movie and a book as well?
Yeah, so our brother Ben, who directed the film, was actually editing a documentary probably about 10 years ago. And he was editing a documentary about a man who was kind of on the organized crime side of things, had his face blurred out, name blurred out. And he was talking about how his life had kind of been radically changed. And though he was on the wrong side of the law, when his life was changed, he was like, you know what? What if I was to use all the knowledge that I have for the organized crime side of things and actually use it for good? And that really stuck with our brother Ben. So when we came to him with this Priceless idea, he actually came to us and said, hey, I've got this idea about this dude who I edited many, many years ago. What if we were to loosely base this whole film around this story? And that's exactly what we've done. And we feel like it's been, I mean, it's thrilling to see the results, and just to be, as we've been able to get this film in front of people, just to see their response to that story in particular has been very, very special.
Very exciting. We know the movie, as you said, opens on Friday. What can you tell us about the story or the plot without giving too much away?
Yeah. So James Stevens, who's the character I play, he's normal. He's American, so I had to lose the Aussie dialect from, but. I had a great dialect coach, and we wanted him to play an American to bring this story to American shores. But he's a normal man, but he lost his wife in a tragic accident and sort of spiraled into resentment and bitterness, in and out of prison, couldn't hold a steady job as a result. And his daughter was taken from him by protective services because he couldn't look after her anymore. And as a result, he really is looking for anything to get money, to get his life back on track. And a friend of his comes to him and says, hey, I got a transportation job for you. Drive a truck straight through from here to here. It's a long distance. You got to, stay awake, make it all the way. And against James' better judgment, he agrees to do it. Midway through the trip, in the middle of the night, he actually falls asleep at the wheel and runs off the road. And as he's surveying the truck, he hears crying in the back. He knocks off the lock, opens it, and realizes it's not what he's carrying, but who. He's got 2 young ladies in the back, 2 sisters. And so he invites them into the cab and gets to know them a bit. They think they're coming to be a maid and a waitress. But as they get closer to the location, he really sees a strength and a character and a faith in the elder of the 2 sisters, which he's very much drawn to. But no sooner than that, get to the drop-off point, and he incidentally realizes that he sold them into slavery. So the rest of the film becomes this rescue mission for him, as well as the elder of the 2 sisters, Antonia, her kind of strength and character is really saving, rescuing him, if you will, on more of a mental, spiritual way. So she's a real hero in the picture as well.
Very well told story. We know human trafficking is a big problem in our country and around the world. Thank you so much for shedding light on it. We appreciate your time.
Hey, thank you, man.
Absolutely.